Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Roker returns to today's show after family tragedy, navigating grief, and a new chapter in his life. Roker, the beloved 70-year-old television personality, returned to the Today Show on Wednesday, February 12th, after a brief absence to mourn the loss of his ex-wife, Alice Bell. His return came just 2 days after his daughter, Courtney Roker Laga, shared the heartbreaking news of her mother's death. Although Al refrained from publicly discussing his feelings on air, the moment signified a poignant intersection of public life and personal tragedy, with the world watching as he stepped back into the spotlight after facing a difficult family loss. Al's absence from the show on Tuesday was due to the unexpected passing of Alice Bell, who was 77 years old. Alice, who had been a crucial part of Al's life as both his ex-wife and the mother of their daughter, Courtney, had been part of the Roker family's shared history. While Al, known for his affable demeanor and consistency on the Today show, did not openly discuss Alice's death on air, the emotional weight of the situation was felt by both his colleagues and viewers alike. Despite the personal loss, Al's resilience shone through as he made his return to work. However, in the immediate aftermath of Alice's death, Al's social media presence was telling. He posted a cheerful selfie on Instagram with Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts after the Eagles' Super Bowl victory against the Kansas City Chiefs on February 9. The post was a sharp contrast to the sorrow that had recently unfolded in his life, yet it reflected Al's enduring ability to find joy even in times of deep sadness. His caption expressed his excitement to meet Jalen, a sports icon, and offered a brief moment of joy amidst the grief. "What a thrill meeting Super Bowl champion MVP Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts this morning at the Today Show," Al captioned the photo, both of them beaming with smiles. It was a reminder that while Al was grappling with loss, he remained committed to bringing positivity to his role on the show, even in the midst of personal sorrow. In contrast, Al's daughter, Courtney, was more open about the family's loss. The 38-year-old, who was adopted by Al and Alice in 1987, took to Instagram to share an emotional tribute to her late mother. Courtney posted a series of family photos, many of which showed Alice with a breathing tube, playing joyfully with her granddaughter, Sky, who was born in 2023. Alongside the images, Courtney wrote, "She was my mother, my heart, and the most loving grandmother to Sky. I was with her for her last breath, and I will carry her love with me always." Courtney's words struck a deeply emotional chord, as they reflected not only her sorrow, but also the lasting love and gratitude she felt for her mother. Her tribute was met with an outpouring of love and support from friends and family, with Al's former Today co-host, Tamron Hall, expressing her condolences by replying with "sending our love." Today contributor Joy Bauer also sent words of sympathy, writing, "So much love." Though Courtney did not explicitly reveal the cause of Alice's death, the photos she shared spoke volumes about the state of Alice's health in her final days. In one particularly poignant image, Alice is seen playing with her granddaughter, Sky, though a breathing tube is visible, which suggested that Alice's health had been in decline in the months leading up to her passing. Courtney's loss was not just the loss of her mother, but also the loss of a woman who had been a central figure in her life. For Al, the loss of his ex-wife was undeniably painful, even though the two had been separated for many years. Al and Alice had first met in the early 1980s while working at TV NBC, Alice as a producer for the Live at 5 show and Al as the station's popular weatherman. Their marriage, which began in 1984, was a significant chapter in both of their lives. In 1987, they made the decision to adopt Courtney, and she became the center of their world. However, their marriage was not to last. After adopting Courtney, Al and Alice separated, and their divorce was finalized in 1995. Despite the dissolution of their marriage, both Al and Alice remained committed to their daughter, Courtney, who had grown up with the unique experience of being raised by two parents who had moved in different directions personally, but shared a deep and abiding love for their child. Following his divorce from Alice, Al found love again with longtime wife Deborah Roberts, whom he met in 1995. The two have been together for decades, raising their children, Layla and Nick, while also supporting Courtney and her growing family. Deborah has played an integral role in Courtney's life, and their relationship has evolved over the years. Deborah shared her feelings about their bond in a heartfelt Mother's Day post in 2022. Reflecting on how their relationship had changed and deepened over time, Deborah wrote, many years ago, I met this little beauty. We weren't sure what to make of each other. But soon, a connection was made which deepened into a warm and loving relationship. Deborah's words reflected the complex nature of blended families, where relationships evolve over time and where love grows in unexpected and beautiful ways. She continued, I count myself fortunate to have you in my life, acknowledging the deep affection she had for her stepdaughter. Courtney, for her part, has reciprocated the love and respect for her stepmother. On Mother's Day 2022, Courtney shared a tribute to Deborah, calling her an important woman in her life. Happy Mother's Day to the three most important women in my life, she wrote, listing Deborah, her biological mother Alice, and her mother-in-law Barbara. This post, which celebrated the diverse women who had shaped Courtney's world, underscored the importance of love and support across different generations and familial relationships. The Roker family story is one of resilience, love, and change. With the birth of Courtney's daughter, Sky, in 2023, Al and Alice became grandparents, a new chapter in their shared story that brought joy and renewal. Sky's arrival was a bright spot in what had otherwise been a difficult period, and it gave Al and Alice a new role in their lives as doting grandparents. The birth of Sky was a reminder of the cyclical nature of life, where joy and sorrow intertwine. Al's joy in becoming a grandfather was tempered by the loss of Alice, but the new life in their family brought hope for the future. It was a bittersweet moment, with the promise of new beginnings arriving alongside the weight of grief. As Al returned to work on the Today Show, he did so not only as a television personality, but as a father, a grandfather, and a man who had weathered both personal joys and tragedies. His colleagues, who knew him well, expressed their understanding and support in their own ways, creating a warm and compassionate environment for him as he navigated this difficult moment. For Al, the return to work was a step toward healing, but it was clear that the emotional journey was just beginning. The loss of Alice, the end of a chapter in his life, would require time and reflection. But for Al Roker, the man who had shared his weather forecasts and personal stories with the world for decades, it was clear that family, whether biological or chosen, was the foundation of his strength. As the days passed, Al would continue to balance his public life with his private grief, always supported by his family, friends, and colleagues. The Today show, a place where he had been a trusted figure for so long, would undoubtedly provide him with the space to heal, to smile, and to continue sharing moments of light and joy with the world.